Hi, my name is Gilbert Still. This is my presentation for Module 1, District Leadership, Empowering Learning and Instruction. Um, so just to share a little bit about me, so I mostly go by the nickname Gil, but will go by Gilbert if someone calls me that. The picture is of me and my wife, Ashley. We've been married for 2.5 years. Um, Things that we both like to do and enjoy doing is attending Sporting KC soccer games. So any chance that we get, we try to attend one of those if possible. Uh, then we have two puppies named Zeus and Mewis. Educational experience. I taught fourth grade for 8 years. I am now currently an assistant principal athletic director at Dodge City Middle School, and I've been doing this now. This will be my 5th year. And then I've been working in education since I was 18 years old. So I started off as a recess monitor, realized I like it, switched over to a para, substitute, student taught, long term sub, and then finally the fourth grade teacher, and then now in my current role. Um, this summer, my wife and I went to Jamaica for vacation, went to a resort over there. We always try to do that at the end of every school year just to have some downtime since the school year can be crazy. Um, we like to travel to Colorado Springs. The mountains are our favorite place of ours to go. Even our puppies, Zeus and Mewis, they love to go there. And then we went to the PGA Championship in Tulsa, Oklahoma this summer as well. My favorite food and drinks are pizza, tacos, and then Reese's peanut butter cups. So, looking into curriculum instruction and assessment, um, looking at the learner centric vision, just being able to figure out how to monitor students' needs both academically and not and non-academic. Um, Encouraging students to learn about themselves and how they learn best is extremely vital. Looking into the deeper learning as well. So being able to help students do this, making sure that it's aligned to rigorous state standards. So that way we're best meeting their needs and being able to help them to have that higher level thinking and to critique things and be able to just problem solve. Uh, in order to do this, we want to also help provide consistent and constant PD for teachers. Sometimes I think we get caught just sharing it once or twice, maybe with staff, and thinking that they don't need any support after that. That's something we definitely need to make sure that we're consistently looking at in order to help best meet their needs so they can best help meet our students' needs. Then looking at student agency, technology allows students and staff to track and monitor data. Um, so this is something that our district is looking at now and looking at student goals and how to have those conversations with parents when it comes to conferences and to where every teacher in the entire district is able to do this, not just the core teachers, but also those elective teachers, whether it's the music teacher, the art teacher. We found that it's very vital for them to all be aware and understand it because we're all teaching the same students and trying to help them be successful. And we've been digging deeper in as a district on how students can track their own data to help them understand what their goals are and strive for what they want it to do, and so they can develop the skills for improvement. Professionalized personal learning. Um, as a district leader, I would want to make sure that we have teacher voice. So we're creating committees that represent all PLC groups. So not just the areas of importance that a lot of districts look at in ELA and math, but everywhere, because each PLC is vital for students. Then utilizing those superstars teachers. Those superstar teachers, they're much harder on themselves and they want to see improvement within the building, within their classrooms, and with themselves. So allowing them to help with that PD and initiate those conversations. And then that leads like into a multiplier effect. Those superstar teachers are help leading, but then they're building little dynamic leaders in different areas to where all of our teachers feel confident in one area and then they can help lead PD, whether it's about academics, technology, anything that students need. Making sure that creating time, structures, and formal rules to support ongoing school-based collaborative professional learning. Just extremely vital for staff and students. Recognize what teachers need to progress to higher stages. Sometimes I feel like we think teachers will be able to get it and they will come to us, but not all that time. As a district, we have to look at and recognize what their needs are. And then just ensuring that the district works closely with schools to plan for, communicate, and implement school-based professional learning that blends support for curriculum and instructional practice. So kind of hitting two things at once and hitting multiple things, embedding it naturally and having it modeled. Looking at the infrastructure. So as a district leader, just making sure there's a team of full-time qualified informational like technology specialists that can be able to help out our teachers and answer questions or troubleshoot problems or monitor networks. Then looking at digital citizenship within the district. So that could be an advisory in a homeroom at the secondary level, could be in Connect or computer classrooms. It could be embedded into classrooms all day long, but making sure that we are educating our students about digital citizenship. Providing those PD opportunities on what specific needs teachers need and not just what we as a district are thinking they need. And then as a district, we have 1-to-1 laptop ratio. So just being able to help educate our teachers how to use them to help our students use them. Budget and resources. So we want to look at having a budget calendar for the school year, looking at how we can allocate funds appropriately, and then on a rotational basis, looking at where those funds might need to go. So if we do a rotational basis, we may be able to see that certain classrooms need more updated smartboard or whatever it may be. By having a rotation, that will allow everybody to have the most up-to-date technology pieces. Making sure that everything is aligned with our building the district goals, looking at what are the priorities and how are they going to help us meet those goals. Reviewing the prior year's budget, being able to analyze and look at it and review and reflect upon, did we utilize the budget the best way we could? Do we have more or less? And what do we need to use that for this coming year? And then just reviewing all budgets as well. So the budgets that are given to team teachers, the PLCs, Title I at risk. Community partnerships. So as a district, we would want to make sure that we have a parent-teacher organization in all buildings and that we're trying to utilize them effectively. Having site councils in each building and also a district site council, and having those collaborative conversations. Looking at having district surveys that go out. It could be at conferences, it could be at Title I nights, anything that's going to be able to help us better help meet our students' needs and families' needs. So with those family conferences as well, that's a great way to build those partnerships with families by getting them in the door and having conversations and asking them how we can help them and having that open communication. Having booster clubs, making sure that we're having newsletters that are sent out that are accessible to all of our families in their languages, whether it's and finding ways to put it on technology or just where that they can see it, whether it's on social media, email, or wherever we need to put that. Data and privacy. So looking into this, making sure as far as data that we have some accountability systems set in place. That way we can make sure we're having consistency across the district. And then that within the classrooms, there's daily actions that are there to help support student learning. But then also allowing time for collaboration and team or PLCs for teams of teachers to have conversations to look at those accountability systems or have conversations on how they're helping support students. And it also gives them a time to look at a comprehensive assessment schedule to plan and discuss with their team when things are going on and to look into possibly EduClimber where our district has all that data housed, but providing PD on that so that way new teachers understand as well. Looking at the tiered protocols, academic, behavior, social emotional, utilizing the progress monitoring, decision-making tree and schedule, making sure that we're looking at the MTSS academic and behavior flowcharts, the sustainability timeline to make sure that we're staying on pace, and then also having a yearly professional development calendar that all staff are aware and understand where they may be getting assistance at some point through the year. And then just making sure that we're having FERPA training. That way the staff is understanding privacy and regulations and laws. Use of space and time. So we just want to make sure that we as a district that understand that basic needs come first and school comes second. So if we're not able to help the student mentally and their mental health, then we may not get to the academics. So that may include wraparound services, counselor services, having social emotional learning lessons throughout the district where each grade level is working on a certain area, whether it be self-regulation or any other conflict management or anything else. Looking at having calming areas where students are able to go to self-regulate and then be able to get themselves back into the classroom. Making sure that we're having a welcoming environment. Smiles are on our faces. We're at the door greeting students, using humor and just having laughter within our buildings and classrooms. We also have maker spaces to where there can be STEM activities going on, project-based learning, clubs, activities, athletic intramurals, just getting students involved and utilizing all of that to help them the best that we can, and having flexible scheduling, knowing that it can change based on the needs of our students. Collaborative leadership, so district leadership team, admin council, various committees, attendance, BSOL enrollment, and a steering committee. So all of these things are just bringing different teacher leaders or admin leaders into the role and getting that information out to others. So that way we're able to learn, be professionals in certain areas, and have people that we can depend on in the district and also in our buildings. Looking at KISA and having that documentation in Kansas Star, a self-correcting feedback loop, from the district to the buildings, to the teachers, to everyone, to secretaries, custodial, nutrition staff, and then making it all the way back to the top and just reviewing that sustainability timeline as well. When I think about personal critique, I look at making sure that we are practicing and discussing and educating digital citizenship for what our students and what that looks like. If we want to put technology in their hand, we want to make sure we're educating them. And then also modeling to teachers how they could utilize technology in their classroom. So actual practice in effect while we're in meetings with teachers. Providing that continuous PD and allowing teacher leaders to help with the technology on what specific needs are needed at the current moment. Looking at the correlation, we took a closer look at how we ensure our students are receiving a deeper learning experience in the curriculum, but also how we can use those digital resources within our curriculum as well. With CLL 4.2, reflected on how PD is being implemented and if it is relevant. That's going to help both students and staff. We also looked at how technology is utilized and how we can better support our staff, since technology is always updating and changing. And then with 4.4, looking at accountability systems we have in place, how that data is being reviewed, and how decisions are being made utilizing that data. Relevant. So how all of this is relevant, and to me, is that within our district, we are having adopted a new ELA, math, science, and social studies curriculum. So having all those content areas and looking at best practices. Our computer teachers are helping lead and help plan PD to help teachers with technology, which is helping them be confident and helping the students. Data is looked at consistently in PLCs and teams. Comprehensive assessment schedules and decision-making trees are utilized to drive interventions and instruction. And then teachers are provided the opportunity to take leads at in-services to help better meet the needs of staff in their buildings. Reflection, I want to do a better job at recognizing what teachers need in order to progress in curriculum, technology, data, or anything else. And I also want to improve on utilizing community partnerships more intentionally. I also would like to be more involved with our students and understanding how we are celebrating our students' school and district and the challenges we are focusing on. And then here's my references. Thank you.